In the beginning of the film, a girl in a red dress is shown sitting on a bed. Suddenly, something invisible removes the jewelry and veil she is wearing. Here it is revealed to us that this girl has married a demon with the help of an evil woman. Now, cutting to the scene, we are shown three girls who live in the same house. These three have opened a chicken shop together. They go to the shop and start preparing their orders for the day. Cutting to the scene, we are shown Ranti and her husband Bovo's daughter at home. The girl asked her dad, "Will you drop me off at school? Because today all the women of the house have already gone to the shop." Bovo agrees, and meanwhile, his brother Bayu arrives with a chicken in his hand. Bayu does nothing. He stays home all day and makes his chickens fight. Bovo gets worried and says to him, "Is this a life? Look at your wife. She is pregnant and goes to work. Don't you feel sorry for her?" But Bayu shamelessly replies that what I'm doing is a big investment. One day we will become rich from this. Everyone gathers at the breakfast table, where Bovo's mother is very angry with Ranti, because Ranti's duty is to make breakfast for everyone. Today she went to her shop without making breakfast. During their argument, the three women return home. All the women love Sidi, and instead of her, scold Ranti, who also worked hard at the shop. They think that as much as Ranti works outside and earns money, she must fulfill her duties at home. However, Sidi, who is like Ranti, doesn't say anything to her. Ranti and Sidi are both wives of their sons. The third girl is their daughter. Ranti feels hurt but sets her mood aside and goes to make breakfast for everyone. She tells Gita to drop her daughter off at school. The old lady gets angry with Ranti again, saying, "Can't you drop your daughter off at school?" Ranti replies that I have to drop Bovo off at work. After that, I must deliver a chicken order. If I had gone to drop her off at school, all the work would have been delayed. Meanwhile, Bovo comes out. He gives some money to his mother, the old lady. He also gives some of his savings to his brother, so that his pregnant wife faces no problems. Anyway, Ranti and Bovo both leave for work. Ranti tells him that I feel bad when mom talks so much about my business. I do so much extra work besides housework. For what? So our family can live well. I do so much extra work besides housework. Despite this, mom doesn't show me any love or appreciation. In fact, she always feels I'm unfair to Sidi. Ranti is also upset that when mom scolds her, Bovo doesn't defend her. He doesn't say that my wife does good work. Bovo apologizes to her and asks her again to adjust to his family. Ranti says that I will do that too, but if I get something in return, at least buy me a stand. While talking like this, they reach the port where Bovo works. After dropping Bovo off, Ranti has to go to her work. As soon as she returns home after delivering chickens, she sees her mother-in-law crying. Sidi is comforting her. She asks them, "What happened? Why are you both crying?" All they say is that mom got angry with her. She started scolding Ranti again. Ignorant and unaware of what she said, she then told Ranti that her daughter had an accident. Hearing this, Ranti's world collapses and she rushes to the hospital. As soon as she arrives, she meets Gita, who apologizes, saying it's all my fault. I forgot to pick Nina up from school. When she started walking home alone, she was hit by a car. Hearing this, Ranti breaks down even more. She goes to the doctor and asks about Nina's condition. The doctor says Nina's condition is very serious. Ranti cries in front of him and begs, "Please save my daughter, no matter how much money it takes or what surgery is needed." The doctors encourage her and tell her to pray. Ranti is now sitting alone in the hospital. She is so worried that an old woman named Utari approaches her. She gives Ranti food and says, "I know you're worried about your daughter. That's why you haven't eaten since morning." Ranti is surprised. She hadn't told this woman about her daughter, but she doesn't say anything to her. Now this old lady, Utari, gives her a piece of paper and says, "If your daughter's treatment can't be done here, you can consider other ways of treatment." Saying this, she leaves. Ranti learns that to save her daughter, she needs major brain surgery. It requires a lot of money. The savings Ranti has are not enough for the surgery. She decides to sell her car, but the money is still not enough. So she goes home and asks everyone to sell the house. Her mother-in-law and Bayu refuse to do this. Her mother-in-law starts scolding Ranti. She blames her for her daughter's accident, saying you neglected your daughter because of your business. None of Ranti's family is willing to help her daughter. Ranti can't reach her husband either because he's working on a ship in the middle of the sea. Even Bayu refuses to give Ranti her husband's savings. He says it's for his wife. When Ranti finds no way out, she remembers the woman from the hospital who gave her the paper. She hurries home and takes out the paper. She contacts the old lady. This woman won't help Ranti with money. She is actually a witch. She tells Ranti to join a ritual called Gauri. She says you will marry a demon in this ritual. Once you marry the demon, all your problems will end. Your daughter will recover. Anyone who bothers you, all your problems will end. Ranti is scared and feels this is wrong. But with no other option, she agrees to the ritual. Before the ritual, the witch makes many preparations. She shakes Ranti with her hands. She puts something on her. Then she places raw chicken liver in Ranti's mouth. After that, she makes her look beautiful. After all this, she takes her to a beautifully decorated room. The entire floor is covered with jasmine flowers. The witch tells Ranti, "Here you give your whole body to the demon, and all your problems will end." At this moment, she becomes the demon's bride. She is married to the demon. This scene is shown, the same one from the movie's start. Something invisible removes Ranti's clothes and jewelry. Then it takes control over her. The witch standing outside watches everything. She is very happy. As soon as it's over, the witch comes to Ranti and gives her some items, saying, "From today, every week, you must offer chicken liver to the demon." Today, the witch did this for Ranti, but from now on, Ranti must do it herself. The next day, a scene at the house is shown. Bayu's very upset because one of his roosters is missing. Meanwhile, Bayu's mother calls him, saying, "Take me to the hospital. I want to see Nina." But Bayu's not in the mood. Siti is already angry because, with Ranti absent, she has to do all the housework. During their talk, a car suddenly stops in front of their house. Nina steps out, happily running to her grandmother. Her grandmother is overjoyed to see her. Nina is completely healed, like before. Siti is amazed that Nina recovered in a day. It's nothing short of a miracle. She starts wondering, what did Ranti do to make her daughter fully recover? She says this to Bayu, but Bayu tells her, "Don't think too much. Be grateful the house wasn't sold and we didn't have to pay any money." Siti also tells him, "I think Ranti used black magic," but Bayu ignores her words. Siti, however, won't let Ranti go. She starts watching Ranti closely. She notices that Ranti has started doing strange things. One day she sees Ranti sitting on the couch with the windows and doors closed. She asks Ranti, "Why have you made it so dark?" Meanwhile, the doorbell rings. When she goes to open the door, no one is there, but Ranti and her daughter are there. Siti gets scared. She turns around and sees Ranti with a strange, creepy smile. She leaves the place. Siti is shocked. Leaving them there, she goes to check on the second Ranti, but now no one is there. Siti is frightened by all this. She discusses it with Gita, saying that at one moment she saw 2 Rantis in the house. Siti also tells Gita that since the day Nina returned from the hospital, that night Ranti has been acting strangely. Gita can't believe what she hears. She thinks that, just as Siti always talks about Ranti, she's doing it again. Meanwhile, they see Ranti go to take a bath. Siti tells Gita, "When did Ranti ever bathe at this time before?" Gita tells her to leave Ranti alone and go to her room. After an hour, when Bayu returns, he tells Siti to make noodles. Siti goes to the kitchen. She sees a frog there. It feels very strange. She picks up the frog. It falls into the pan. To take it out, she stabs it with a fork. When she tries to remove it, she sees that Ranti is still in the bathroom. She hears strange noises from the bathroom, as if Ranti is playing with someone inside. Through the door's keyhole, Siti sees Ranti doing odd things. Through the same keyhole, she records a video of Ranti and sends it to all her contacts. After this, when Ranti goes to the market in the morning, everyone is laughing at her and making fun of her. Ranti gets very angry. She grabs the knife she uses to kill chickens and heads to confront Siti. Siti is afraid of her and believes Ranti sent the video, but she doesn't apologize. Instead, she says, "You've been acting badly lately. I wanted to reveal your true nature to everyone. Everyone thinks you're decent, but what are you really like inside? What do you do?" Hearing this, Ranti gets angrier. Her eyes turn into demon eyes and she is about to stab Siti in the throat. Gita arrives and stops her. Night falls and we see this at home. Bayu comes home late tonight and tells Siti to make noodles in the kitchen. When Siti goes to the kitchen, she sees the noodles are already being cooked. She is surprised, wondering who made them. When she turns around, she sees Ranti behind her, giving a creepy smile. Siti gets scared of her. Ranti pushes her aside, puts her hand in the boiling water, and pulls out a frog. She eats it raw in front of Siti's eyes. Seeing this, Siti is very upset. She quickly goes to get Bayu, but she sees that the bed doesn't have Bayu. The frog isn't Bayu, it's Ranti, who attacks her and pushes her down. She kills her. Then she tears open her stomach with her hands, takes out her liver, eats it, and leaves her dead body there. The real Bayu returns home in the morning. Gita tells him to get Siti from her room. We need to go to the market. When Bayu goes to the room, Siti isn't there. He gets worried about her. He searches for her in the house. When he doesn't find her, his mother says, "What if Siti went to her parents' house after the fight with Ranti?" Since Siti is missing, the mother thinks Ranti is responsible. She starts scolding Ranti. Gita defends Ranti, saying she didn't do anything like that. First, Siti made false videos of her and spread them. While searching for Siti, Bayu notices that many of his roosters are missing today. He gets worried. The next night, we see Ranti go to bathe again. With messy hair and red eyes, she says to her daughter in a scary way, "Will you bathe with me too?" Seeing this, her daughter gets very scared and tells Gita, "Can I sleep in your room tonight?" Gita agrees. The next morning, for the first time since that day's incident, we see Ranti acting normal. In the morning, when Ranti goes to the backyard of her house, she sees Siti's dead body there. Seeing this, she gets scared. She realizes all this is happening because of the witch. Afraid, she goes to the witch and asks, "What is going on?" The witch calmly tells her that the demon now lives in your body because you married it. Now, since you are its bride, anyone who tries to harm you or speak ill of you, the demon will kill them. Hearing this, Ranti is filled with grief and tells the witch, "I can't take this anymore. I don't want more problems in my family." The witch tells her, "You can do whatever you want, but you will be the demon's bride forever." Ranti returns home crying in sorrow. At night, we see Bayu, who is watching roosters fight. He sees Siti, covered in blood, among the crowd. He leaves everything and follows her to check, but no one is there. When he returns, he learns he lost the game and couldn't bring his rooster home. For the first time, he doesn't feel sad about losing because he is very worried. When he comes home, he sees something strange around him. That strange thing leads him to a pot where he finds his wife's dead body. Seeing this, he breaks down. He grabs Ranti's neck, cries, and asks, "Why did you kill Siti? What did she do to you?" He is shattered. Ranti tells him, "I didn't do this," but he shows her his shirt and says, "I know you did it." Now the mother, most concerned about the family's honor, tells Bayu, "This must not get out. If people learn the women of our house are killers, they'll say terrible things. It's better to quietly bury your wife." Bayu listens to his mother and buries his wife without telling anyone. While doing this, he sees Ranti going toward his rooster. He quickly follows her. Suddenly, Ranti lifts him and throws him far away. Then, without touching him, she removes both his eyes. She drops him in a place where objects and shutters fall from above, killing him there. Gita's voice in the house rises with Ranti's screams, because Ranti has now come to her senses. This time, she is standing near Bayu's body. Gita is terrified seeing this. She pulls Ranti inside the house, locks the room, and asks, "How did you kill Bayu?" She is now harsh with her because Ranti isn't explaining anything. So she says to Gita, "I love you the most in this house. If you want to live, don't make me angry." Now Ranti's condition is worsening on its own. When Gita doesn't understand, she calls her neighbor, Mr. Raj, without asking her mother, because her safety matters more than the house's honor. Mr. Raj arrives, sees Ranti, and realizes some entity or demon is controlling her. Mr. Raj starts a ritual to find out who has possessed Ranti's body. Ranti breaks the glass in his hand. Everyone learns there is a demon in Ranti. Mr. Raj leaves in fear. Before going, he tells Gita, "Everything will be fine if you pray." He had just closed the door to his room when Ranti appears and whispers in his ear, "Stay away from this if you want to live." The next morning, we see Ranti's husband, Bovo, has returned home. Gita and her mother tell him everything, but he refuses to believe them. They warn him not to open the door to the room where Ranti is. He doesn't open it, but knocks on the door. He hears a scary man's voice saying, "You cannot enter this room." Hearing this, he feels uneasy. He wants to see who's inside. He sees Ranti in a strange state. Suddenly, a demon's eye appears before his eyes. He sits down in fear. Bovo doesn't believe Gita, so he goes with her to find a solution. At home, the mother gives food to Nina to take to Ranti. When Nina brings the food to Ranti, Ranti looks terrifying. Her teeth are yellow, her eyes are white. In a strange way, she tells Nina to open the door. Seeing her mother's condition, Nina starts crying. Gita had told Bovo that Ranti met a strange woman at the hospital. They go to the hospital, but they can't find that woman. At home, the demon inside Ranti threatens Nina, the little girl, saying, "You will all die today." She tells her grandmother, who calls Bovo, telling him to come home quickly. She is worried. She doesn't know Ranti is standing behind her. After this, we hear the old lady scream. When Nina arrives, we see the dead old lady. Behind her, Ranti is shown, proving the demon inside her killed her too. When Bovo and Gita return home, Nina runs to them. She is scared. Before she can say anything, Ranti appears. Afraid of Ranti, Nina flees and hides. Ranti attacks Bovo. She stabs scissors into his stomach repeatedly and says, "You are no longer Ranti's husband." After this, she comes to kill Gita. But seeing this, Nina starts crying because now her father is gone too. Her crying alerts Ranti. Ranti suddenly appears before her. Before she can kill her, Nina says, "Please, Mom, get better. Please, no." The demon, fully controlling Ranti's body, hears Mom, awakening Ranti's sleeping soul. Suddenly, she comes to her senses. She sees she has already killed everyone. Now she is about to kill Gita too. Seeing this, she tells Gita, "You both run away from here. I could become like that again at any moment. So take Nina and leave. I don't want to kill you both. I don't want to kill anyone." She apologizes to them. Though Gita doesn't want to leave her, Ranti makes her swear, takes Nina, and sends them away. Then she pours gasoline on herself and sets herself on fire. This is how Ranti and her demon story ends. In the movie's post-credit scene, we see Gita and Nina, who have moved to another village far from this one. They have taken a new house. They think they've escaped all these problems. But when Gita opens the cupboard, the same bridal dress Ranti wore to become the demon's bride at the movie's start is there. It shows that the problems haven't ended yet. The movie ends here.